This is the AP Statistics Quideo number 4 basic question. If p hat is the proportion of the sample who did attend church or synagogue, then the mean of the sampling distribution of p is m of p hat equals p, which equals 0.6. The standard deviation would be the square root of p, 1 minus p over n, so then that would be 0.6 times 1 minus 0.6 over 1,785, and that would equal the square root of 0.24 over 1785, which would equal 0.00013, and then the square root of that is 0.0116. For the rule of thumb 1, you can use the formula for the standard deviation of p hat because the population is clearly 10 times as large as the sample. For the rule of thumb 2, you have to check to see if NP is greater than or equal to 10 and N1 minus P is greater than or equal to 10. For NP is greater than or equal to 10, you do 1785 times 0.40, which equals 714, which is clearly greater than or equal to 10. For the N1 minus P portion, you do 1 minus 0.4, and that would get you 0.6. So you do 1785 times 0.60, which equals 1071, which is obviously greater than or equal to 10. Knowing that this is now true, you can use normal approximation for the distribution of p hat. P hat is equal to the probability that the values are between 0.37 and 0.43. P hat is greater than 0.37 but less than 0.43. To find the probability, you need to do 0.37 minus the mean, which is 0.4, over 0.0116, which is the standard deviation. And for the other side of z, you need to do 0.43 minus 0.4, which is the mean, over the standard deviation of 0.0116. 0.37 minus 0.4 gives you negative 0.3, and you put that over 0.0116, which is the standard deviation. And for the other side, 0.43 minus 0.4 over the standard deviation of 0.0116 give you 0.3, which you then put over 0.0116. So the probability that z is greater than negative 2.586 but less than 2.586 is 99.4%. With that in mind, about 99.4% of all samples should have p hat within plus or minus 3% of the true population proportion. And that concludes the basic question portion of the AP Statistics Quideo number 4. Now for the advanced question. Researchers were interested in comparing two methods for estimating tire wear. The first was for amount of weight lost, and the second was amount of wear in the grooves of the tire. First, we must construct a 95% confidence interval for the mean difference in the estimates from the two methods in the population of tires. The formula for confidence interval is x bar plus or minus z star times standard deviation over the square root of n. In this case, it will be 4.56 plus or minus 1.96 times 3.23 over the square root of 16. 3.23 over the square root of 16 gives you 0.8075, so you will now do 4.56 plus or minus 1.96 times 0.8075. 1.96 times 0.8075 gives you 1.58, so you will now do 4.56 plus or minus 1.58. And that gives you the interval of 2.98 to 6.14. With that in mind, we are now 95% confident that the mean difference of tire wear for each car is between 2.98 and 6.14. And this interval does give convincing evidence because we are 95% certain that the difference in tire wear is between the two values of 2.98 and 6.14. And that concludes the advanced question portion of the AP Statistics Quideo number 4.